Too fast, too fast! Oh, stop me! Oh! 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 It's too fast! Somebody stop me! Oh no!
I hope you enjoyed that little intro. I certainly enjoyed making it. That jet engine's one of my favourite Thomas themes. While in the shops buying some Lego, I came across these battery-powered wooden Thomas toys. These are very interesting, as the powered models are not made of wood. Of course, how could you resist the Thomas and jet engine pack? And I'm also curious about the single-powered Thomas model as well. There are some very nice features about these toys, but there's also some disturbing facts as well. Something I feel parents should carefully consider when buying these toys. Dare say this introduces yet another version of Thomas. It's amazing how many variants there are of this little blue engine. The powered model has too many differences to detail, while the jet engine Thomas comes with that classic horror face versus the Botox stare of the powered version. Let's now focus on the battery-powered Thomas. Things to note here: there's a missing front magnet, there's a lazy non-powered middle wheel, and as we roll to look underneath, it's very difficult to see the name of this engine. On a standard wooden model, the names are done in bold white lettering. It's sad not to see the same done on this model. As always, I enjoy looking under the boiler, and this is where I find a single AA battery which powers a very robust engine and gearbox. This battery is also powering a small light at the front. The activation button is large and feels positive, but the most alarming aspect of this model is its weight, induced by the metal it's made with. On the scales, this tiny model comes in at 5.6 ounces, that's 157 grams. A conventional wooden Thomas weighs only 2.1 ounces, or 59 grams. As a comparison, a Thomas Take-Along weighs just 2.1 ounces, or 59 grams. In the hands of a child who likes to throw their toys around, this Thomas could easily become a destructive metal missile. This model does not freewheel, as I can feel some resistance as I roll it on my table. The gripping rubber on the drive wheels is cleverly built into the wheel. This is an excellent feature. And now we'll look around all sides of this model, and the comparison here is a wooden non-powered Thomas. Now you can see the differences between these two models. Don't expect any breakneck speeds from this model, as a Trackmaster Thomas flashes by. And even the battery-powered jet engine goes by, and I considered it a slow model. Sure, this little Thomas is lacking in speed, but makes up for it by being able to haul plenty of rolling stock. I dare say all that weight and the low gearing will give him a hill climbing record every time. Now let's look at the Thomas and jet engine, certainly a classic episode and hugely popular. The jet engine looks fantastic. It has all the right ingredients to mesmerise anyone who enjoyed the episode. The chrome finish is beautiful, and there's a feature red light as the exhaust. The Thomas in this pack comes with that classic face of fright, and I have to say I love it. Having a look at the drive wheels, it's a very similar setup to the powered Thomas. Notably, there's no magnet coupling at the rear of the jet. As we take a look inside, you can see two AA batteries power the turbines. And we also see the excessive amount of metal used as a top dressing in this toy. This brings the weight in at a staggering 6.4 ounces, or 181 grams, and this is the equivalent to 3 wooden Thomas toys. Again, in no way is this a toy for children who throw their toys around. I feel its weight is unfortunately its big letdown. As we see again on the wheels, there's the clever rubber which is held in by the design of the wheel. Well, the best way to show you this model is to show you it going around a little test track. And the other very good aspect of this model is it makes a whirring sound as it goes around. I don't know whether it's the gears, but anyway, it does sort of sound like the turbine spinning, and I quite like the sound it's made. To be honest, I feel both of these models, that's the powered Thomas and this jet one, really needed a better gearing to give them a little bit more speed. Personally, I feel they needed a better top speed and change their gear ratios, especially that powered Thomas. He's crawling along. I think a snail will be faster than him. But anyway, maybe you like them to crawl along this speed. You tell me, do you like them fast or slow? And now it's time to have a little bit of a peek into how the opening sequence is made, and I call it a fail reel. You can call it whatever you want, and this way you get to see the little tricks that I do to pull stuff off, and basically the video is sped up by 3 times. so it's 3 times faster than normal. And I kept the audio. I love that little whirring sound, and that's double speed that you're hearing, that little whirring sound of the jet. And I made sure that when you heard the jet, if the jet was far away, it was the sound as if it was far away. If it was up close, it was nice and loud and up close. And I put in a few sound effects along the way as well. More of a comic type sound effect than an actual one. And I think the golden rule when I do a toy review, and this is something I want to stick by, is I want to make sure first off it's entertaining, and secondly I want to make sure it's informative, and third I want to point out the good and the bad aspects of anything that I'm reviewing. If you're going to make a review and just point out all the good things, well, it's not really a review. Everything has its good and its bad points. And I think people will respect you for pointing out some of the bad elements in something, and that's really important to understand. And I'll show you the little end sequence and the parts that go to make it up. And what's really important to understand here is, first off, the video is sped up, so we're dealing with little tiny increments of time, but also to keep the edits really tight and have them play into each other. And I probably shot an extra angle I didn't need on the crash scene. Sometimes you only have to see it maybe once or twice and move on to the next bit. But when you see it like this, and then you go back and look at how it ended up, then hopefully you'll get an understanding of what you need to shoot to get a good end result. I know generally people don't show the raw footage that goes into a little sequence, but here I'm laying it out for you so you can understand how it works.
Oh no!
Oh, and as Thomas goes over the bridge, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.